This is the data model of the project personal budget, and we have a user with fields ID, email, and password. And there's one to many relation with budget, and a user can have multiple budget, and a budget can have multiple expense. So basically, we are using one to many relation here. And for the SQL database, we are using Postgres, and for the ORM manipulations and operations, we are using CORB. So here's the workflow of the API. We are surrounding the whole API structure with a compressor which will optimize the incoming and outgoing data request and response, with a compressor which will reduce the latency to very less. And the first API we are going to use is the slash API slash register app register endpoint, and it will register the user to our database. And then we are going to go to API slash login, and in API slash login we will verify the password that is given at user registration and that is entered right now. And if that passes, we will receive a JWT token, and we set the JWT token to a specific time. And after that, the JWT token is used as a middleware, so that all the requests like getting the profile or creating a budget and having expenses inside the budget, we will have our own middleware which will prevent us from you like protecting the user or anyone else to breach inside the API. So the first two basic API endpoints are get profile. It will give you the details, and here we are caching the data. This is the symbol for caching data. So here we are caching the data, and the next time a user basically what caching does is basically the next time a user fetches his profile, or not exactly fetches, opens his profile, it will be loaded much faster than going through the disk and getting the data. So we are using Redis for our caching operations, and when a user updates profile, the caching gets deleted, and the caching is for 1 month. That's the timestamp I have registered at. And then we have slash API slash budgets, which is the main point of our app, and it will get all the budgets that have been created by the user, and it's also cached. And then slash API slash budget, it will create a budget, and slash API slash budget slash ID um, colons. This will get a specific budget, and it will cache it. And in the same time, like slash id, it will update and delete, and those are going to get deleted in the caching part. So yeah, and the database operation is done uh, simultaneously. So here's, after you create a budget, then we go to the prefix of expense. Like a specific budget can have multiple expense. So here's with the prefix p slash expense, and it will get all the expense, and all those expense are cached once they are fetched, so that again the next time we don't have to like request the data from the disk. Like we can get it through the Redis database, like which is an in-memory database. And then we have create expense, then we have get specific expense, the same as budget. So that's pretty much to it. And yeah,